Hey, what's up, guys? It's me again, and welcome back to my channel, Mayta. Today, I am back with a new short movie. The name of this short movie is "What If Naruto Was Reborn as a Civilian in Percy Jackson." And yeah, guys, it is an unscripted short movie, and my own idea. Now, before continuing this one is a peaceful story and kind of adorable one. Why? Because I have made too much of darkish stories. I wanted to make something light-hearted and comedic as well as romantic. So here it is. I hope you guys enjoy this one, and if you do, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. And if you want me to make more stories like this, then comment potato down in the comment section, so I know that people want something like this. Why potato? Because I I was eating boiled potatoes earlier, so yeah, I don't know, I'm weird. Anyways, enough said. Without any further ado, let's begin with our today's short movie. Our story begins in the divine realm of Kami, Yami, and Shinigami, where the three goddesses sat on their throne, were judging the souls in the afterlife. Amongst them stood out the soul of Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze, who, after having his own family, as well as making sure that they were safe and the peace was once more restored, was finally here without any regrets, and was now waiting for his judgment. When his turn came, he arrived in front of the three goddesses in their divine throne room and bowed, paying respects to each one of them, and then looked towards them with nervousness in his eyes. As the three goddesses, to his shock, were smiling towards him. Rise, hero, Naruto Uzumaki. You have done us great service in your life. Not only once, but twice you have made sure that the world is safe and peace is preserved for the longer generations to come now. I, said Naruto, rubbing the back of his head with his hand. I only did what I thought was right. And besides, who would want a war, right? Yes, that is true. And for that we will allow you something that we have not allowed a single soul. For you to reincarnate. But in another reality, there are rules in divine realm in which deities rule over, and because of that we cannot allow you to be reborn here again. But you can be a hero once more somewhere else. I, to be honest, am done playing the hero, said Naruto, as the three of them were shocked. Most mortals would love to be heroes, containing their powers and going there and even becoming much more stronger. Why wouldn't you? I have done what I was needed to do. Hero's life, it all sounds glorious and whatnot, but it is one filled with extreme hardships and trials. And to be honest, I have, well, gone past through my share of hardships. I don't want to go through them again, said Naruto, chuckling for a bit. If anything, I'll be grateful if I have a normal life, like a civilian, away from the, well, worries as well as problems of prophecies and whatnot. There is a world. It is entirely not different from our own, but in a sense it is. It is peaceful for the most part, it is at least, and you will be able to live there as a civilian as you wish. I just want to live a peaceful and happy life. That is the only regret I have, because I was not able to give my children the proper love and time that I wish that I once had. So you wish to be a father once more? Yes. If given a chance, I will be the best father I could be. What about your strength or memories? I don't need them. I know that I will find on my own. The goddesses were so pleased that unbeknownst to Naruto, they allowed him to contain his strength that he has garnered over the courses of years, and his physique and defensive parts of his body. And so, he was reborn, as they agreed. But they didn't tell him where he was reborn, because for you see, he was reborn in New York City to an exchange student named Minato Namikaze and a woman named Karen, a red-haired woman who was similar to Kushina, but the only difference was that she was American, born and bred New Yorker. And so Naruto Namikaze was born once more, but this time not as a child of prophecy or the son of a Hokage, but a son of a store owner, who, after graduating, didn't file for a job, but helped out his girlfriend run her store. And now both the couple, who were madly in love and married after the birth of their son, were running the store. And Naruto? He was growing up like a normal child. As now we see, Naruto was an average student in the school as well as in high school. And once he entered the university to graduate because his mother wanted him to, that is when he met with someone that he did not knew would connect to such level. It was his teacher, his historic teacher, because he has, well, for the sake of his friend, picked up that major, because why not? And her name was Miss Olympia, and she and he, because of their war tactics that he somehow knew, were able to connect to a point where, well, they begin to speak more. They begin to walk more as well as sit and play chess more. Sometimes Naruto would beat her, sometimes she would beat him, which was, well, most of the times. Their chats became longer, and then, one day, they crossed the line. Naruto was the first one to kiss, a physical one, and that was the one that Miss Olympia embraced. And finally, Naruto woke up the next day in her apartment, but she wasn't there. The only thing that was a note telling him to grab his things and lock the apartment before leaving. Naruto, being Naruto, was embarrassed obviously and did not want this to be revealed to anyone, so he locked up the home after cleaning up everything and writing a note down and left. And once Miss Olympia returned, she found it endearing and knew that she has chosen the right person. And after that, Naruto was shocked that for the past 9 months, the last semester of them, which was now he in, Miss Olympia has left. This became quite depressing. Naruto's grades fell, but he, well, crushed through the whole process. In the end, ended up graduating, and now was, well, on his own. At the time, he was lost because he had fallen in love for the first time, and that woman that he has fallen in love with was his professor. He thought that after he was graduated and got a job, he would propose to her, and, well, now that was just a dream. As his parents told him that he needs to take a breather because they would see his situation getting worse and worse, and that is when a tragedy struck. Naruto, in an accident, lost both of his parents. They were going out on a date. It was their anniversary, and Naruto wanted them to go out and have a fun night. But, as usual, fate has other thing in mind, and Naruto, once more, at the age of 25, was orphaned, left only behind by a store and a total car in which both of his parents have died. Naruto almost scrapped the car, and then he needed a break, a long one. Getting away from the concrete jungle, he arrived inside a forest to camp, to clear his head after his friends told him to do so. And there, after relaxing for a week or so, Naruto was recovering, connecting with the nature, just painting the pictures of animals and whatnot, until one day, while just going throughout the forest nearby, he found a wolf pup that was injured. As Naruto, seeing this, cautiously got closer. There, let me see what is wrong, little guy. As Naruto saw that the paw of the wolf was injured because there was a splinter within, the wolf growled at him, but Naruto calmed him down. Here, how about you eat some lotus? It's quite good, you know. As Naruto fed him the lotus biscuits, while the dog was eating that, Naruto pulled out the splinter and applied a few of, well, medical liquid that he had and bandaged up. Well, I don't know where you came from, little guy, but I have to tell you that be extra cautious. As that is when we see Naruto sensed someone be standing behind him. It was a woman with red hair and silver eyes. What are you doing to my pup, Naruto? She asked. Naruto ignored that. Oh, I apologize, ma'am. I did not know that he belonged to you. You see, he was injured. As Naruto pointed towards the splinter that he had picked out, it was embedded into his paw. I see. So you saved him. Yes, I did. Well, you have my thanks, said the woman with narrowed eyes. Well, if that is all, then I will be leaving. As Naruto was about to leave, he stopped. Actually, I have a question. Naruto turned and only to find that there was nobody there. Huh, weird. As Naruto then went back towards his camp and began to sit there and begin to paint a creek that was nearby. It was helping him recover from the loss and cope with it. He knew someday he had to return, but for the time being he has enough savings. The store was closed yet, but he knew he need to go back and open it. He was getting calls on the phone that has been turned off from his friends and neighbors who were worried about him. As sometimes when he was alone, he would cry, remembering his parents. Unbeknownst to him, he was being observed by one woman who he has met before. This one was the same whose pup he has rescued, and she came outside. Oh, you again. What can I do for you? Nothing. I was just passing by. You're like a park ranger or something? Because these are woods, you know. Yes, I watch over these woods voluntarily. I see. I'm not doing anything wrong, right? I just want to, find a place to escape for the time being. And what better to be in jungle, right? Why? Why not go somewhere else? I know for sure that men at your age usually go to bars and those places called clubs, right? Yeah, most of the guys go there to, drink and whatnot, hook up with girls when I honestly don't want anyone. I just want to be alone for the time being. Is that so? Asked the woman, extremely shocked and quite curious. Yeah, you see, I lost my parents recently. And before that, the woman I loved, without saying a word, she just disappeared. Is that so? Yeah, I was even gonna propose to her, you see? After I graduate, I was hoping that maybe we could marry and settle down, but she left. Before that, you love her? Of course I do. But I guess that doesn't matter anymore. You still haven't tried to find her? I did. But when I contacted the college administration, they told me something weird. There was never a Miss Olympia there. And that shocked me, because I know for sure that there was. I have spent time with her, quite a lot of it. She was my best friend. She was my other half. And this touched the heart of the said woman. Oh, my apologies. I don't know who you are. My name is Artemis. Artemis, like the Greek goddess of hunt. You know about Greek? Yes, you see, Mrs. Olympia had quite a weird habit of, involving quite a lot of, Greek references, so I picked up Greek mythology as well. What do you think of her? Well, aside from her being portrayed as a man-hating goddess, I've heard of her stories that she was, in fact, quite a good leader, a great one. Her hunters were made out of, the most young maidens who had a tragic life. So you do agree with the ideologies of Artemis, who I was named after? Of course. In a sense, she was right, but I think that she might have gone extreme because in today's world, there are laws that help women and men both. And maybe things should have changed. Well, these laws were not applicable in the past. So she acted up. Of course, she acted up, I guess. She was like a Robin Hood for young maidens who were lost without hope. In a sense, it was, if you put it like that. And so they chatted for the whole night. After that, something interesting happened. The woman visited him again, and then they shared marshmallows because Naruto had them. And then there was another visit, and another, and another. And now one night, Naruto was resting in his, camp. Inside the tent where we see Artemis knocked and arrived and said, Artemis, you're here. I brought some rabbits that I hunted. Wow, cool. Want me to roast them? No, it's for you. And so they begin to chat until Naruto and Artemis got closer. Artemis was feeling weird as she was blushing a lot until she was the one who made the first move and kissed. And then, the next morning, she was terrified at what she has done, and she left. Seeing that he was heartbroken again, Naruto realized that he wanted to leave now because he was done. Same thing has happened to him twice, so he returned. And once he did, he was rejuvenated because he knew that he has to get back on his feet. His father and mother would not want him to suffer like this. So he opened the store again. He began to manage it. As fast forward a few months later, we see Naruto was visited by someone. It was Mrs. Olympia. But she wasn't alone. In her hands was a basket in which a child resided. Naruto, this is our daughter, Annabeth. As Naruto's eyes widened, she's beautiful. As Naruto looked towards her, just like you, Miss Olympia. But I have a question. What? Why are you glowing like this, like you're some goddess? That is because I am Athena, the Greek goddess of wisdom and war. Naruto was shocked. What? Yes. And the reason why I left Naruto was because of the law that my father created. If we have a child with someone, we are not to interfere with their life. You are to raise her. And once she's of the age, you must bring her to the Long Island. Up there near the strawberry field is the Camp of Blood, where the demigods go. She's a demigod? Yes. Once she reaches the age of 13, Naruto, monsters will be attracted to her scent. For that you need to protect her, and this will help. As Naruto holded on to the bracelet, as he immediately wore it. Thank you. Listen, Athena, I know. I do too, trust me, but I have sworn an oath, Naruto. I have also sworn with the oath of my father that I would not intervene. Even if I have feelings for you, we are not meant to be. As she kissed him once more before leaving, as Naruto shedded tears, but then he saw his little girl opening her eyes. As soon as she did, Naruto's heart fluttered. Annabeth, my little princess. As now we see, Naruto found it quite hard to raise a baby girl on his own at the age of 25, but thankfully enough some neighbors helped him, and after taking a lot of classes and restless nights, Naruto was able to raise her. Fast forward 5 years, Naruto was able to meet on Annabeth's school someone while returning. As Annabeth was shopping for another model that Naruto promised her to buy after she got a straight A's, she bumped into someone. She was quite a radiant woman with red hair. Oh, sorry about that, miss. Oh, no problem at all, said the woman with quite silky and velvety voice and a cute giggle as Naruto blushed after seeing that. Yeah, sorry about that. How about oh, are you offering me a date? Not a date, it's just, since I ruined your clothes, how about I offer you a coffee? And besides, Annabeth loved cheesecake. She would love to have one, right, honey? Annabeth rolled her eyes. Of course, Dad. I would love to have one. As now we see Aphrodite saw the little girl and immediately knew who she was, as there was a gleam in her eyes. Name's Aphrodite. Nice to meet you. Like the Greek goddess of love. Weird. Weird. Why do you say that? No, it's just a beautiful name, and nobody such a beautiful woman like you would, well, be named after her. Who knows, maybe Aphrodite might get jealous, I suppose she might, but then again, I guess she is not that petty and is willing to share that name. As both of them seated down and chatted, as Annabeth was cringing and suffering through her father trying to pick up a date in front of her. After the woman left, Naruto looked at her and groaned. I apologize, Annabeth. It's just, Father, you must get your hormones checked. I can't believe you had me so young. Now that you're in your 30s, you're lonely as hell. You're roasting your old man like this. You're not that old. You're at your prime right now, Father. So act like it. As now we see, Naruto and Annabeth returned, and Naruto was happy to meet with someone else. Quite weird one, but someone else. And later they were going on a date until Artemis arrived. Naruto? Artemis. Wait. As it hit Naruto. Wait, you're real Artemis. As Artemis's eyes widened, how did you know? Of course. That is why Mrs. Olympia disappeared. Mrs. Olympia? What do you mean? She was Athena. You had a demigod with Athena? Yeah, 5 years ago, before I met you. So that is why you were there, Mrs. Olympia. Her throwing around Greek references and you picking up Greek mythology. No wonder. It has to be Athena. What is that? As Naruto saw the same basket, but a different one. It was a silver one. As Naruto saw another baby girl inside of it. She had silver eyes as her mother, and a little bit of burnished hair with blonde one. She's beautiful. What's her name? I I named her Lily. That's a beautiful name, Artemis. She has your eyes. As Artemis blushed, stop, you womanizer. Wait, what? What do you mean I'm a womanizer? I did not knew that you were a goddess, or, well, she was. I thought that she left me. I was just there to relax until we kind of clicked. That is the problem, Naruto. We were never supposed to click. I'm a sworn maiden who has forsaken men's company. Oh, I see. I don't hate you, though. It's just that I was a young goddess when they made those vows. And those vows, if I break, would have great consequences. I hope you understand. I know what I need to do. You don't need to worry. Athena already explained to me. I just hope that you will. I can't. You know that. Yes, you're right. And so now we see Naruto and Aphrodite begin to date after that. So Naruto left Annabeth as well as Lily in care of their neighbor and went on a date. As Annabeth was quite shocked to find out that Naruto had another child, but unbeknownst to Naruto, she has heard everything, which meant she was able to find out that she was a demigoddess way too much early, which meant something much worse. The monsters would be coming after her soon because her scent will be getting stronger. But for the time being, since the two goddesses have visited one place and they have huge potent scent and remain there, the monsters, at least for a few years, wouldn't bother them. As Naruto and Aphrodite was clicking quite fast, and one thing led to another, and on the same night, Naruto ended up sleeping with her, and she left quite happily. But on the next day, Naruto was shocked to find her returning and was glad. Well, I'm happy to see that you're still here. Why wouldn't I be? As now we see, Naruto and Aphrodite stayed and dated together for at least a year or so before she too disappeared, leaving a note behind and explaining her circumstances as Naruto groaned, slapping himself across the face. Just my luck. What kind of good deeds did I do in the past that I'm doing this? But also someone who is kind of making me pay for something. Unbeknownst to Naruto, Chaos was having fun. This was a child sent to him in this domain by Kamiyami and Shinigami, someone who worked under him, and this child had an interesting life, and here he wasn't being a disappointment at all, because he certainly had made three goddesses fall in love with him, to the point that they really were in love with him, and not only that, they had child with him. As after a few months passed, Naruto waited until Aphrodite arrived, as Naruto looked at her with deadpan expression. I should have guessed. Sorry, Naruto, sweetie. As she then came near him and gave him a kiss. So I suppose even you can't stay, huh? Oh. Seems something tells me that I'm not the first. You're the third, actually. Really? I'm not gonna tell you who the two first were, so yeah. Oh, I already know the first one. But second one, ooh, that is interesting. I thought I was the one. Well, I'll leave that for a surprise, because obviously at one point of time, they are bound to come to Camp Off Blood. Yeah, I guess you're right. They sure do. As now we see, Aphrodite too left. As after that, Naruto began to wonder and think that how he was gonna raise the three children. And that is when it hit him. Aphrodite didn't give him a name of their daughter that she has left until he found a note. It was Lacey. And so time began to pass by, and for the next 3 years, Naruto swore off dating. And now we see his daughters begin to grow up as well. His second daughter, which was Lily, was now at the age of 5, while Annabeth was at the age of 10. Well, Lacey was at the age of 3, and all three of them were the carbon copies of their mother. Somewhat. Father, we need to go to camping. You promised. I have aced all the tests, said young Lily. Of course, young one, we will go there, I promise, my princess, but Daddy has to work here as well, you know. Until a weird man arrived inside. He was wearing a huge coat, even if it wasn't raining, and a hat that covered his face. I would like to take the three. Three of what, sir? Three of the demigoddesses that you have. As Naruto's eyes widened, his instinct jumped in as he immediately summoned Agius. As the bracelet shimmered and the shield appeared. As the monster's claws hit on the shield. As Naruto, pushing the shield, shoved the monster outside of the window that was shattered. Girls, get in the car, now! Annabeth, realizing that they were in danger, grabbed onto the essentials as well as the car keys. And Lily, as well as Lacey, dashed inside to take cover. As soon as Annabeth was able to start the car, Naruto dashed there. Starting the car, the three began to drive at a faster pace. We have to go to the camp. What camp? The same camp that your mothers wanted you to go. Wait, but aren't we like sisters? Asked, well, Lily. Well, you are. You are my daughters. All three of you are. It's just that the three of you, well, have different mothers. You will find them and meet them there. Just have patience, okay? As Naruto drove through at faster pace, waving through the lines and arriving finally at the camp Half-Blood. As soon as he arrived there, at the front side, he saw a huge Minotaurus that was charging towards a girl who was wearing punk-like outfit, and she was standing there just. As Naruto, seeing this, dashed at blinding speeds, telling Annabeth to take care of her siblings and go inside the camp as fast as she could, and immediately, using the shield, he jumped in front of the girl and shoved her away, taking the huge impact, causing the Minotaurs to literally lift up from the ground and fall to the other side. As Naruto was on the hands and knees, panting heavily while the shield was still activated. As immediately Chiron arrived and was able to turn the monster into dust. As he then looked towards Naruto. Well, young man, I am very grateful for what you have done, but normal mortals cannot see through the mist, and I can sense that you are normal. Yeah, as normal as they come, but my daughters, they are not. As suddenly his daughters arrived, and sensing their aura, Chiron was visibly shocked. Oh dear gods. You have three demigoddesses. Yes. That's quite odd. Father, why is that a man half horse and half? As that is when Naruto noticed what Lily has said, as Lacey was scared, and, well, Annabeth was also protectively hugging her sisters, until we see the three of them got claimed. As Chiron literally foamed from his mouth seeing this, oh my god, all hail Annabeth, said Naruto. Annabeth, daughter of Athena, the goddess of wisdom and war. What is the name of the second one, sir? Lily. All hail Lily, the daughter of the hunt, the goddess Artemis. How can this be? All hail Lacey, said Naruto. Lacey, the goddess of beauty as well as love. Aphrodite. And that is when each and every demigod began to murmur and was shocked. As thunder boomed immediately, and there stood Hermes. The old man is getting cranky. I need the guy who is behind this mess. They're my children. Of course they are, but the old man is pissed at what has just happened here, young one. And so Naruto was brought there, in front of the gods of councils of the god. As soon as he stood there, we see three goddesses were buried and had stone cold expression, as they were glaring at their father, Zeus. As Naruto, knowing what he had to do, he bowed, paying respect. I am humbly grateful to be in your presence, Lord Zeus, and respective Olympian gods and goddesses. As Zeus, somewhat anger subsided, but anger was still there. At least some of the mortal knows how to pay respect. You have a good head on your shoulder from the looks of it. No wonder Athena was drawn to you. But Artemis, I can't believe that. Her child shouldn't exist. Lord Zeus, With all due respect, sire, they're, they were born. They have nothing to do with what I have done. If you have to punish anyone, I am more than gladly willing to take their sorts of punishment as well. Please do not harm my children. They are demigoddesses. They are born out of wedlock. You must be Lady Hera, the queen of Mount Olympus, right? Of course I am, said a regal-looking woman who was looking at Naruto with quiet interest. Well, in a sense, I believed I was married to them, or my spirit was, because I was really in love with them at different parts of my life. And now, last, well, Hera, I still do. As Naruto brought out 3 different rings that he had bought at 3 different phases of his life. I bought these 3 in order to propose to them. But before that could happen, well, I was blessed by 3 daughters. The greatest gift and the proof of our wedding in a source. So you're just going to make it look like that you have married the 3. And I should be okay with that. I'm not suggesting anything, Lord Zeus. You are much wiser than me, my lord. I am but a mortal. But I do wish that you would reconsider this. I know I'm being selfish, but my daughters need me. And I need them. Father, please reconsider. Naruto has done nothing wrong. I am the one who has broken the oath. I have the real child. It wasn't a brain one. Annabeth is my real daughter. As this shocked everyone, I have something to confess as well. Lily is my real daughter, and I was the one who made the move, not Naruto. He was recovering from the heartbreak from Athena when I met him. And we, as you said, connected. Well, he hit it on me because he was lonely after the 2 of them disappeared. I stayed him for a year or so, but I had to abide by the law. I knew I was pushing the limit. But he didn't say anything. He was happy that we have given him something. His children. As for the first time, Hera, the cold queen, smiled. You surely do really love them. I can sense your familial love for them. It is under my domain after all, but I can sense the 3 of yours familial love. I free you from your marriage from Hephaestus, Aphrodite. But the 2 of you, you have oaths that you have sworn. As that is when something that not even the Olympians would have thought happened. A void opened, and a voice, a booming and commanding one, erupted. Zeus, king of gods, and the Olympians. The mortal standing in front of you is special. Someone who I favor. And for him, if the 3 are willing to live with him, I free them from their oaths without any consequences, and they can reside with him. Even the fates would approve. As the void disappeared, Zeus then stood up. What did you do to gain the favor of the fates? I do not know, my lord. I would not lie to you. I am standing here in front of you with questions that I even don't know the answers of and want answers to. You can leave for the time being, but you will be remaining in the camp of blood, where I will be monitoring you, because chaos has shown you favor, and that has never happened before. Never. As now we see, Naruto arrived back at the camp. You're alive, said Chiron, as well as Mr. D. Of course he is. Wait, you're Lord Dionysus, but why are you here? Well, I'll humor you, mortal. I'm here because my father punished me for something I did not do. Oh, I see. Hopefully your time here will be great, my lord. Well, I guess it is kind of entertaining since you have arrived. As now we see, the 2 of the cabins were quite shocked, as Lily was quite scared, as she was sitting by the wood fire and was being treated like a pharaoh, as her sisters were the only ones nearby her. Until their father arrived. Lily, honey, what is wrong? Why are you crying? Everyone says that I shouldn't even exist. That I'm an anomaly. It's looking me like I'm some sort of monster. Am I a monster? As Naruto had a flashback, he saw his child version, but same yet different one, asking this same question with big eyes to someone. But his eyes were blue and these were silver ones with holding back tears. Of course not. Whatever the others say, to me you are the most precious gift your mother gave to me. You being alive and being here means more to me than anything in the world. You and your sisters, they are all special. You have one another, and I have you all. As the three of them hugged their father, and this was quite a bittersweet for the other demigods who were there. Here was a mortal parent who was not hateful or resentful towards his demigod kids, but in reality loved them. And the gods were even witnessing this. Hestia, Hera, and the other goddesses, and they were quite shocked and happy and pleased. Athena, Artemis, as well as Aphrodite were the ones who were the most touched, while on the other side, Demeter, Hestia, and Hera were quite surprised. I can't believe this. I thought that the mortal was just being clever and coy, but he really does care about his daughters. Of course he do. He's someone who knows how loving a parent should be, how bad it is when you are all alone on your own. He has grown. We all are three different parts of his life that he still loves and cherishes, even to this day. As on the other side, Zeus was having a meeting with the Fates, who has shown Naruto's life before he arrived here. So you mean to tell me that this hero, who was rewarded with a peaceful life here because he chose to be a civilian, has arrived here because Chaos wanted him to be, and he chose to be a civilian, not a hero or the one who retained his power? Yes, he is selfless, Zeus. He is kind. And most of all, he is a great father. I, resent the last statement, but even I have to agree, said Zeus begrudgingly, because Naruto was evidently a great father because of his love for his daughters. I don't like this, but having him on our side, if he is saved, as he said, from false gods that were closer to typhoons, and he is strong enough to tackle them, then I'm more than willing to consider him my son-in-law. As you should. Having him on Olympus' side will be great for the future, and the Crooked One is very much terrified now because he has seen through his abilities of time what will become of them, because this mortal is not someone to be trifled with, and Chaos is already trying to bless him with his true strength back, and as well as his memories in the form of dreams and flashes. He will become whole again, because Chaos is too much entertained, and he wants to see just how far this young one will go. Fine, I agree to this. And so now we see Zeus call for another meeting, and called Naruto and his demigoddesses. I agree to you dating the three of them, mortal, but I must know, as their father, do you have the guts to watch over them, to make sure they're treated like queens? I will try my best, even if it kills me, to make them treated like queens and equally respect them. They are my other half, sire. Then so, from today onwards, you are my son-in-law, and you are an immortal, a minor deity who is working under three of them, and under your wives. Your children will be proper minor goddesses as well, working under a minor domain of their mothers. As for the first time, the three demigoddesses met with their mother. Athena met with the Annabeth, who was now 10, while 5-year-old Lily was looking at his mother with silver eyes which were intense, same as her. And Aphrodite was literally hugging her 3-year-old Lacey. Oh, my dear Lacey, you're so cute. As Naruto stood there with a smile. Go on, Lily, Annabeth. They are your mothers. And so, Annabeth went and got closer until Athena awkwardly hugged her daughter. And Artemis just stared before Lily then said, You like forests and camping? more than you think, my little sparrow." And that was more than enough for the mother and daughter to smile and hug. Until Apollo arrived and literally yanked Lily out of the arms of Artemis. "I have a niece! I can't believe it!" He was over the moon because this one was a proper goddess and someone who was approved by everyone. And he always wanted a niece. Regardless of her being a demigod or not, he was happy that she was here. Uncle, please, kindly let me go, Lord Apollo. You can call me Uncle." As now we see, Artemis shooted an arrow and grabbed her daughter. As both of them smirked even the same, as Apollo groaning and said, cutely, "Aw, they even smirked the same way." As the smirk fell, "Their expression are the same. You literally created mini me, dear sis." As now we see, Zeus then sat down, watching this unfold with curiosity in his eyes. "I must agree, husband. This was a good decision." "Of course it was, sister," said Poseidon. "For the first time, our little brother has made a good decision, and this is certainly entertaining to watch," said Poseidon as he drank nectar. Even Hades was invited to the wedding, and what followed suit was the Titan abandoning their plan because Kronos was now downright scared, because this was a wild card that has defied fates over and over again, which dictated their whole moves and lives. As now we see, Naruto, who was born as a mortal, vowed to be a civilian's life was changed upside down because he was now in the world of Olympian gods and demigods as a minor deity who served under his wives, who were all three powerful goddesses of different domains: love, knowledge, and war, and as well as maidens and hunt. And then there were his daughters, a mere minor goddesses under the same domains of their mother. And talking about Artemis, when her hunters met with both Naruto as well as with their lady's daughter, they were shocked and their brain short circuited until Naruto as well as Artemis sat down and explained everything to them. As soon as they heard Naruto telling story tales and talking and seeing their lady smile and sometimes even being mad, they realized that their lady had changed. And perhaps it was a good decision because they had gained a little sister, an eternal one, that was, well, quite happy. Because now he had sisters who were not bookworms as well as overly obsessed with beautiful products. Don't get her wrong, Lily still loved her sisters, but still, it was happy to know that there were some friends of hers, which she could call sisters, that were in love with nature as much as she was. Everything was peaceful once more, without even realizing, as chaos and fate sat and watched together from afar. "Didn't I do great?" "Of course you did, Lord Chaos." Without even causing more bloodshed or destruction, or falling and betrayal of gods and titans clashing. There has been peace restored. It is for the better, it is remained this way. I don't want the three of you to cause any more mayhem. But we must agree, my lord. The life of this Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze is certainly interesting, and messing with him like this is quite fun. How about one more thing, sister? Said one of the fates. How about we add some more goddesses into the mix? "Oh, which ones?" asked Chaos. Because this was like a soap opera going on, something that they could control and were having fun watching with. "How about Hestia? And even Demeter?" That is quite fun. That is certainly fun," thought Chaos. But as now we see, for the time being, Naruto and the others Olympian gods and goddesses and his wives and children unaware were quite happy. As this is where I'm going to be leaving the short movie of, guys. I hope you liked this one. If you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. I know it's kind of peaceful, way too much, as well as quite a weird one, but honestly, I really wanted to make a peaceful kind of story. So here it is. I hope you enjoyed this one. This is it for the day. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.